and no shame in doing whatever it takes to get to the finish line of recovery. So for those who are new to the channel, my name is Ashley Bloxham. I'm a therapist. I specialise in childhood and trauma. I'm also an addictions counsellor, and I've studied it right the way up to PhD. However, the thing that qualifies as the most is the fact that I've overcame addiction myself. I also know what it's like to have loved ones who struggle in addiction as well. So I know it's like from every angle. So today's topic is, what is today's topic? Oh my God. Doing whatever it takes in addiction recovery, and there's no shame in that. One thing that I hear often about NA groups and AA groups, it's not every group, but I have heard a lot of people say that they struggle because they go in and people glamorize drug addiction. And I've heard this myself, where you get some people who are like, oh, I did this and I did that, and oh, this was so big and like so good, and like how you're doing it is wrong and how I did it was right. And actually, I'm here to say there is no right way to recover. It's different for everyone, and there is no shame in doing whatever it takes for you to be able to do recovery. So for me to get through my own addiction recovery, I ended up getting drugs tests online and asked my dad to do drugs tests. You know, you could sit there and say, well, that's cheating. No, it's doing whatever it takes. I needed accountability. The drugs tests were helpful, so I went down that route. You could do this with breathalyzers, you can use services, you can use medicated assisted therapy. I know people who have used weed to get off hard drugs like Class A's and alcohol. There is no shame in whatever route you take to get out of addiction. No shame. And I think what we need to think about, instead of thinking, oh, there's going to be a gold medal for going through the worst, hardest experience, instead we need to think, okay, what is the way that I can make this the easiest? What different things can I put in place which are going to help us overcome these hurdles so I can actually get through to the other side? It's not a competition. So yeah. Oh, hi, Gordon. Yeah, that's all right. I was a bit confused as well with the two different names. Thank you for sitting with us. I know you said thank you for rescheduling it on Friday, but I appreciate that you allowed us to do that, because it's been a bit of a faff, hasn't it? How you doing though, Gordon? Bling, where you from? I'm from Newcastle. And when am I coming to Dubai? I've never been to Dubai. I haven't been there. Gordo, isn't weed a drug? It is a drug. And look, I've said this quite a few times in the channel. I'm not here to say take weed or use weed as a means to get off addiction. But what I'm here to say is there's some people who do that. And I know people who've managed to turn their life around from being addicted to like hard drugs like crack cocaine, heroin, or severe alcohol and coke, multiple addictions, and they've managed to get off that, but they've used weed instead to do that as a tool. And like, if that's what people need to do, that's up to you. I am not here to shame anyone. And I think this is the point I'm trying to say, is like, whatever recovery looks like to you is just, that's your recovery journey. And I think sometimes we can sit here and shame people for how they're doing it, or say, oh, well, you didn't have it as hard or whatever. And actually, addiction recovery is solid no matter what. And it's really solid. You just got to do whatever it takes. I use crystal to get off cocaine and alcohol. What do you mean by crystal? Do you mean like crystal as in like from weed, or do you mean like crystal meth? Yeah, you're inspiring for the week, Vixen. You're inspiring thought. Oh, you're inspiring. Sorry, I'm just also dyslexic. Vixen, you're inspiring thought for the week. Oh, that's a good one. Do you know what it is? The thing that I've been focusing on this week is where you put your focus to will thrive. So I've really been trying to like, I've been in the last like month or so, I've been going through like some difficult stuff, and what I've realised is if you feel your emotions on difficult stuff, it passes. So like literally just sit there and feel the emotion. Like don't do anything with it. Don't try and intellectualize it. Just feel it. It will pass like quite fast as well, within a minute or so. So feel your emotions, but then also decide, where are you going to put your time and energy? So I've been choosing to put my time and energy into stuff which biggers up, which makes us feel good about myself, which is like growth mindset, and I feel so much better for it. And you know, every time I've quit vaping, every time I have a craving, instead of just sitting there like thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna do it, I just feel it, like, yeah, this feels shit. Feel the shit feeling, and then just go and do something which is growth, something that's making my life better and my future better. So yeah, my thought is just like where you put your energy is where you're going to see results. So if you're going to put your energy into being bitter and negative and hating on the world, you're going to see results in that area. The world's going to look worse and worse, and you're going to attract more and more dickheads and whatever. If you put your energy into, okay, how can I enjoy life? How can I live a better life? How can I grow certain areas of my life? You're going to see results in that. What's other people's thoughts for the week? What have you all been pondering? AC saying shout out to Gabe Horn. I don't know who Gabe Horn is, but we'll give him a shout out. Hi Death Hawk, how are you doing? Big up the Geordie accent race, as saying. I do love being a Geordie. What a nice little bunch. Beatrix. As I say Beatrix, oh God, I'm so bad at reading these names. Hello, anyways. Till something. Hi. Hi, Josh Gay. How you doing? Nice to see you again. Billy Ashworth, love seeing lives like this. Oh, I'm glad. Has anyone got any questions for addiction or mental health? And I will do my best to answer, because I'm a therapist, for those who are new to the channel or just joined. AC saying you are like a drug, I just keep wanting more. Oh, I love that. Well, I've actually just been past my first phase for YouTube. For those who don't know, there's you have to get so many watch hours and so many subscribers, and then when you hit one, you can start getting paid. There's one tier you get paid off subscribers, which I'm not gonna bother trying making money off you guys. But then the next phase is ads. So I'm glad that you're all coming back and supporting the channel. It means hopefully get paid for doing this soon, which will be nice. Why not? Oh, ma'am, I just give up a request. Just give a request on your website. Oh, brilliant. Is it just today? I did answer one last night. I think I did one this morning. So I don't know if you've just came in just after I've answered them, but I will get through it. Mimi saying, have you ever been an addict? Yes, I have. So I was addicted to ketamine. That was my worst addiction. But my psychiatrist said I was just addicted to mind-altering substances. I was just off my trolley in one way, shape or form in the whole of my 20s and early 30s. And I've just quit vaping, so I quit smoking cigarettes when my son was 1, I think, or maybe 2, and I've just quit vaping. So yeah, just addicted. I'm ADHD, so I'm just naturally addicted to just whatever. So now I've got like healthier addictions. Billy, I'm currently in my 20s and I'm going through low self-esteem and my CH confidence. Best way to deal with it. What's not MICH confidence mean? I don't know if that was a typo. But yeah, low self-esteem. Low self-esteem is one of those things, like, I would say... Right, I want to think about this and answer this right for you. So if we've got low self-esteem, there's probably a numerous set of things going on. And Billy, I will say, if you want to have a one-to-one and we can work out exactly what's going on for you and create a specific game plan to help you boost that self-esteem, please do go to my website, schoolofaddiction.co.uk. It's totally free. I'm not going to charge you. But self-esteem, I would say if we've got low self-esteem, there's a few things going on. So usually there's something rooted in childhood. So there's probably been some kind of trigger. So often that might look like feeling disconnected from caregivers growing up. Bullying is a big one. One of the biggest things that I came through the door for me as a therapist, which I thought would be childhood experience, like childhood relationships with their parents, I thought would be the main reason. A really big reason was bullying. So not feeling like you're not fitting in at school. So that might be it. So there's just something probably went on in childhood which has lowered your sense of self. So that's the first thing, is look at the why. The second thing is, if we feel like we've got low self-esteem, we probably don't have a good relationship with ourselves. So we're probably talking down to ourselves. Like, look, so a way to find this out is to look at the language you use with yourself. So are you saying things like, I'm trying to think of some of the language I would use to myself, would be like, you're so fucking lazy. Oh, for fuck's sake, like, why did you just say that? Like, oh, no wonders why nobody likes you. So I had this like internal narrative of putting myself down. So I would say, I forgot your name, sorry. Billy. I would say start like clocking the language you use to yourself and flip the script. So start working on that language. Like, we're not allowed to put ourselves down, be a coach. And third of all, I'd say for self-esteem is look at what you're doing in your life. Are you doing things which light you up, that you're proud of? Because if we start to commit to doing things that we enjoy, that we light up, and we commit to doing them, we'll start to build up like this sense of like, oh, I'm confident in doing things. And then that'll build your confidence, which then improves your self-esteem. So like putting yourself out there and doing things which bring you joy and building on them. So I'd say that's 3 areas usually linked in with self-esteem. But Billy, please don't go to my website, because obviously I'm trying to guess through a screen here, and we can work out what's going on, and we can come up with a proper game plan personalised to you if that's something you want. Hi Silver, how you doing? Oh, thank you for saying you love my hairstyle. It's getting more and more curly. I'm just like letting it do its natural thing. So it's probably going to look like Hagrid by a couple of more weeks. Dawn saying your hair's cool as fuck today. Thank you. Yeah, I've never, my mum cut my curls off when I was a kid, like really young. So I was born with curly hair. And then she said I cut them off and they just never grew back. But in reality, what she did was cut them off and just brush them every day. So I'm seeing what my natural hair looks like. So on a journey. So thank you for the compliments. Menno, I just wanted to say a quick hi to you. If to go, a big hug and nuzzle from Silver. Oh, you're so sweet. Greets from the Netherlands. I love you. Oh, well, hello to the Netherlands from Newcastle. Billy, thank you for that. I would love to book a one-to-one. How do I find your website? Yeah, it's schoolofaddiction.co.uk, but it's also just on my, if you go on my YouTube page, it's in the description. So yeah, or just message on one of my videos, and if you can't find it, I'll send it in there. Like anyone who's wanting a one-to-one, I do free one-to-ones to people who are really struggling, because I recognise I can't help people too much through a screen. It's more like broader messages. So if people are wanting like a little bit of one-to-one support and a personalised group, I do that. Gordo saying you look very beautiful. Love the hair. Thank you. Oh, I'm loving the hair compliments. My head's going to get as big as my hair by the end of this. Ma'am, thanks for the advice. My name is Elias, but you can call me anything. Well, you're going to get called anything I want, honestly, because I just can't read your names. I'm dyslexic and they're really difficult to understand, all these little letters, mixed up letters. So you're just getting assigned like OW and God knows what you're getting called. So hopefully you can bear with. But you can call me anything you'd like. Your word or like absolute cinema can me help to quite doom scrolling. I just wasted so much time on it. Yeah, doom scrolling is difficult, isn't it? We're all doom scrollers, I think it's fair to say. I'm managing to get a grip on it actually, but it's one of them things. So somebody asked us about my addictions. Sugar and doom scrolling is just one of those things where I just keep if it's not one, it's the other, or both just creeping back in, and then I have to get rid of it and it creeps back in. And it's just, the thing is, though, it makes us depressed. Like, if I'm really honest with myself, doom scrolling makes us depressed because my algorithm just says all negative shit, and it starts to like seep into my brain, and I start to believe the stuff it's telling us. And a lot of it is just shite, utter garbage, especially shorts, because you've got like some dickhead, probably most of them don't have any form of qualification, numbing something down, a big concept, into a 3-second thing, and then they're just telling us, and then all of a sudden the whole algorithm's telling us this nonsense, and I start to believe it. It's depressing. Like telling it, like, yeah, it's not good. What's other people's experiencing of doom scrolling? Josh Gay is saying, I need to be very mentally stimulated. That is the problem, and I'm the same. And I'm ADHD and autistic, and I really do need to be mentally stimulated. So what I've done is I've managed to link, I've got one algorithm which I really try and keep, like I keep it like really tight on jiu-jitsu, so I don't allow anything else. As soon as something else comes on, I'll just swipe it away. So it's all jiu-jitsu, and I'll watch that and then I'll practice it. I've got like either shadow drilling, or I've got like a jiu-jitsu dummy, so that's how I'm trying to tackle it at the moment. But yeah, I need to be mentally stimulated. I've also bought like a course, so like instead of doing doom scrolling, it's like doing little courses for things that I love. It's really hard though. Anyone got any tips for doom scroll? Any of you people who are doom scrolling on YouTube as we speak, watching this, got any tips on how not to doom scroll? Oh, honestly, it is difficult. I go through stages where I manage to get it. One thing I will say, I have noticed that when I go to doom scroll, it's usually because I'm feeling stressed. So I've started to notice a pattern of I feel stressed or upset, and that's when I go for the doom scrolling. Or I'm feeling like, yeah, I've started to link the two together. So that is progress, I think, understanding the trigger. Now I've got to work out what to do differently. Guys, anyone going through some rough patch can have a chat with me. She did for my addiction, and when I have just started my recovery. You guys thank me later, it will be really helpful. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we did have a one-to-one, didn't we? Yeah, so thanks for sharing that, because I know sometimes people are like, oh, I think some people think that I'm trying to scam them. So Cora is proof I am not being scamming. We just did the sessions and then went on his way. Bino, become aware of your own thoughts, and a new dimension will unfold. Yeah, it's a whole new problem though, becoming aware of your own thoughts, I'm not gonna lie. Me and my friend were talking about this the other day. It's like, we used to be able to be blissfully unaware of all our shitty behaviours, and now we're aware of our thoughts, we have to make the choice not to do it. It's like, honestly, I was talking about this on a few weeks ago, like co-parenting can be really difficult for some people, and like I'm aware of my thoughts and my negative traits of like getting angry and getting triggered. And sometimes I do it, and then other times I'm like, you can't do that. And I'm like, but I want to say the angry thing. And all the being aware of your own thoughts is that you just like, you're aware of the anger, and then you have to make the choice to not act on the anger. Ugh, and then feel, yeah, it's sometimes it's good, sometimes it comes with its own different set of issues. Ugh. Honestly, I think being emotionally intelligent is not always that fun, because then you're like, you've been a dick to us, but I understand why you've been a dick to us. And then you're like, fuck. Now I can't be angry at the person for being a dick to us. Doom scroll, God. Not doom school, doom scroll. Scroll. I don't know how you Americans would say doom scroll. basically going through social media. Dawn says putting music on or a podcast seems to help. Yeah, that is something that I've managed to do in the past, like switch up the mediums that I'm watching. So learning is a really good thing that I think you can still like get stimulated through learning online. The problem that I found on is when I'm reaching for doom scrolling, when I'm stressed, I normally just can't be bothered. Like I'll try and say to myself, watch a podcast, do something. I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered. And I think it's because I'm in a state of freeze. You know how you get fight, flight, freeze? Sometimes I'm just in a state of freeze where I feel like my whole body is just like shut down, and all I want to do is just go lie in a dark room and doom scroll. It's to do with being burnt out and in a state of freeze and stress. So I find that doesn't work for me in those situations. I'm still trying to work out what to do in them situations, so bear with. I'll come up with some kind of solution and I'll let you know on another live, because I'm still working through it myself. Has anybody got any advice on what to do when we're just burnt out and we're in freeze and we're just like, all I want to do is sit there and bed rot? That's a good way to just call it, bed rotting. Josh is saying scroll. It's watching YouTube shorts or Instagram reels, things of anything of quick succession. Yeah, it's quick dopamine. It's like it does exactly the same in our brains as what having a line of drugs or gambling or porn does, only it's just a little bit less dopamine, but it's loads and loads of hits of it. Billy's saying, I used to do doom scrolling, then I did a good thing, put my phone in a different room on charge, then distract myself. Yeah, distraction is a good thing. Arif is saying, I like your nose, thank you. My big bold nose. I've just got like massive features on a teeny face. Like, I don't think you can tell on here, but I've got this like tiny little pea head and then these huge nose, huge mouth, huge eyes, big eyebrows. It's a vibe, I guess. Bit weird, but we're rocking it. Awaya, Mum, if I apply to your website, then would I get a message from you or a one-to-one interaction, like a VC or something? Because I live in India, by the way. Thanks for advice. Yeah, so if you go on my website, basically the reason why I've got the website is so it's linked up to my email address, because what I don't want is people and myself having to exchange personal information online. And also I want it to remain confidential, so that anything you're talking to us about remains between us, so it's like in line with counselling ethics. So if you go on my website, it'll be, there's a form to fill in, and that will go straight to my email address, which only I have access to. And from there, we'll arrange a one-to-one. Now, because you're international, it'll be through WhatsApp. I find that's just the easiest way to do it. If you're UK, it'll be phone call or WhatsApp if that's easier. So yeah, that'll be fine. We can still talk. It'll be through WhatsApp and it's all confidential, but that's just a way to access us. Ilitech, I caught the tips on self-esteem. Do things that brings you joy. Do things that build self-confidence. What was the third one I missed? Look at the why. So whatever issue we've got in life, and this is like, you can literally apply this to anything. Like literally, I apply this to jiu-jitsu. I apply it to addiction therapy. I apply it to working with bipolar. Just whatever it is that you're dealing with, reverse engineer it. So to reverse engineer it, we need to look at the why and the what. What is going on? Like, why is this occurring and what is going on? So that often with poor self-esteem, like lack of confidence, goes back to childhood. So we need to explore that. Now, we don't need to like go into huge depths of it. Like, if it's huge traumas, like really suggest you do that with a professional. But go back and look at the why and the what. And then through the why and the what we can do is we can say, okay, so this is why I feel like this. How can I reverse engineer that? So an example is, if, say for instance you were bullied, I use that example because that was one that came through the door a lot. If I was bullied in school, I didn't feel like I didn't feel like I fit in with my peers. So that then made me feel really insecure and like I'm not good enough. So that's the why. And what is, okay, and what that's meant is that because I was called lots of names, I now have taken on that role and call myself lots of names. I put myself down. So how do we flip the script? Well, be your own best friend. Stand up for yourself, as if like, imagine that voice in your head is bullying you, and stand up for it. So every time that voice is bullying you and putting you down and saying like you were shit, or like nobody likes you, or you're worthless, or what's the point in, you know, being in a relationship, no one's gonna love you, what's the point of going out and doing that thing, you're just gonna fail, whatever it is, turn around and say, no, stop bullying yourself. Like, no, you're lovely. You don't deserve to be spoken to like that. And stand up for yourself the same way that you needed someone to stand up for yourself when you were a bully. So whatever it is the information to reverse engineer it and do the opposite. Parasus is saying, any tips for beating smoking? I just can't bring myself to stop. Yeah, it's a tough one. It is really a tough one. I've just quit it, and I've got to say I've tried to do it quite a few times unsuccessfully. I feel like this is the time where it stopped. The problem with quitting smoking is, for most people, and I've said this a lot on the channel, is that you don't have an immediate issue for most people. Some people might be dealing with the impacts of smoking. Usually it's like the long-term issue. So you need to try and make that immediate. So try and think about, okay, what are the reasons you want to stop smoking, and write that down. Second of all, and that's the hooks that you're going to have. Second of all, it is just a case of, like, this is going to be hard because I'm going to have the voice in my head trying to get us to stop. And you're just going to have to be stronger than it. You're going to have to overpower it. So to be able to do that, you need to learn to regulate your nervous system. Because the thing with smoking is, a lot of people smoke because as soon as you have that tab, it calms you down. If you have a craving, the first thing you're going to want to do when you have a craving is have a cigarette or have a vape to calm that craving down. So you're going to have to learn how to calm that down yourself. So I'd practice that first. I'd give yourself an end date. I would really lean into accountability. So like, tell everyone what you're doing, because it's hard to get that accountability from something that, you know, seems so far away. Like, for me, it's like my health is an issue, but realistically, I know I could probably get another 10 years or 20 years before I start to see the impacts of the health of smoking. So I have to bring that forward, and I have to lean on accountability by telling every fucker and the dog that I'm stopping. So then people are asking us, how's it going? And I keep telling them how it's going. It's really hard though. It is a hard one, I'm not gonna lie. And I'll just say regulating your nervous system, I think, has been the biggest thing for me. Oh, quite tired. Dawn says, Alan Carr says the easiest way to stop smoking helps too. He explains that a craving lasts seconds, not all day. Yeah, it does. And this is where, if you can regulate your nervous system, because you're just going to have to face them head on. And if you regulate your nervous system, so you learn how to just relax yourself, how to breathe. So like, just taking a small in-breath and a long out-breath, you realise that this is just going to last for a little amount of time. It lasts less than what smoking a cigarette lasts. So just think, by the time I finished smoking the tab, I would have finished the craving. So just, all I've been doing is just breathing and going, this is shit, you're doing great, and then just distracting myself with something else, going to do something different and praising myself. But it is a case of just like, it's going to pass, but realistically, I want to stop smoking, so I'm just going to have to get through this. I think Alan Carr wrote a book, didn't they, Dawn? I'm sure Alan Carr wrote a book. Do you know what my nana did, which stopped her from smoking? She'd been smoking her entire life. Like, she was like, we just used to smoke when I was pregnant. She was like, it was fine, everyone did it. Like, she literally did not stop for nothing. She went to hypnotherapy and that worked. So I'd say try and do things like that as well. But I am really tired, and I don't know why I'm really tired today, but I am. So I'm gonna end this live a little bit sooner because I'm struggling to focus. Why is saying, Mama, just fill the form on the website. I need help. Please check and reply as soon as possible. I'm from India. I'm a teenager. Please help me. Yeah, I will. So I'll get back to you. I don't think there's any places left until next week now. So it'll be next week, but just book. I'll send you my link, my Calendly link, and you can book in for next week. If you need urgent help now, is there is it something that you need like support today? Because I can try and get you in touch with your local services as well, if that's something you need. I'll check the email, and but yeah, I will reply to your email at the very least. No problem, Gordo. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Calm Daddy, if you've got an addiction, go to my website, School of Addiction, and if you're wanting some one-to-one support, I can absolutely help you with that, because obviously I know that I'm leaving now. If anyone could give us a subscribe, that's really helpful to the channel. Excuse me, are you constipated? Often I am, you know. I really struggle with IBS. I mean, it's not something that I'm like battling this second, but yeah, I do struggle with that. The joys of being neurodivergent and having a sensitive stomach. I suppose it could go the other way though, so every cloud. Anyways, I'll see you all tonight and at 9 p.m. GMT time, and yeah, see you all soon. Bye. Oh, it's not ending.